Hi everyone, I hope everybody is doing pretty well even with everything going on. I myself am doing okay right now. I'm pretty happy actually today because it's really sunny outside, and even if I would love to walk in Paris right now with an ice cream or something, I'm still really lucky and happy that it's really sunny because I have a locked-in yard, so I went to eat outside today for lunch. I went to breathe a little bit of fresh air. I opened all the windows in the house just to have a nice fresh air inside, you know. So it's pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with that. Plus I want to film a video because I don't really have anything to film. I use my iPhone. I have a like tripod that is broken, so I just have to have tape on it, so it's pretty bad. And I don't have like a special lighting. Yeah, so I use natural light, and sometimes it's really like during the winter or everything it's really dark, so it's not very good, but with the nice lighting I thought it would be nice to make a video. So here we are. So today what the video is going to be about is when I was in the United States, because I lived in the US for 5 years, I heard so many French words and I thought it was really funny. I mean, in France we use a lot of English words as well, and I'll probably will do another video about that, but I think it's always fun to hear your word, I mean your native language word, but in another language, so with an accent, sometimes with a different meaning behind it. I think it's really fun. So I thought I will, in this video, kind of tell you the French words you guys use and like really what they mean in French. So like say what it means in, you know, if I translate it in English, and yeah, and pronounce it the French way, I guess. So yeah, I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I think it's fun. And I have a list with like, I don't know, like 20 words or something. So yeah, let's get started. So the first one is déjà-vu. So déjà-vu, it means already seen. Déjà means already, and vu means seen. So it means that you already, you see or you smell or you hear something, and it feels like you already experienced that moment. So it happened to me a few times actually, especially with smell. I will smell something and it feels like I already been in that moment, which is such a weird feeling, but it's really fun as well. So let me know if it already happened to you and with what sense, I guess, with like you've seen or you smell something. Usually with me it's always smell, but yeah, it's really weird. A la carte. So a la carte means on the menu basically, so it means especially at a restaurant, instead of going to a buffet or something, you choose a la carte, which means on the menu. Then we have bon appétit. So bon means bon appétit. Like bon by itself is bon, but like in the sentence is bon appétit. Bon means good, and appétit means hunger, I guess. So it means have a good meal. I heard quite a few times people use that in the US instead of saying in English have a good meal or eat well, I don't know. So yeah, I thought it was funny. Another one is bon voyage. So same, bon means good and voyage means travel. So it means have a good trip, have a safe trip. It implies also have a safe trip. It doesn't have the word safe in it, but it implies that. It basically wish you luck and hope that you're going to be okay. So yeah, so you usually say bon voyage before someone leaves, and usually we'll do something like take a train, have a road trip, take an airplane, I don't know, you'll say bon voyage to them. Then you have café. So café, coffee. I heard people say that not when the actual drink of coffee, but when they go to a coffee shop, they will go to a café. In a cool way to say it, I feel like, in the English. But yeah, in French is how we say it, café. So café in French means both. It means a drink. So if you drink, you will drink some café. Je peux avoir du café s'il vous plaît? Or it means also the place. Je vais aller à un café. It means both place, coffee shop or the actual coffee. But in English I heard only use it as the place and not the coffee itself, but going to a café to drink a coffee. Another one is cinéma. So cinéma means the movie theater. I've heard quite a few times as well people use the word cinéma, but usually it's like more of a kind of fancy way to say it, I guess. Usually the French words that I use most of the time is like a little more fancy way to say things. So like on daily basis people will always say movie theater, but sometimes, especially if it's a really cool movie or it's a really cool movie theater, they will say I will go to the cinema. So I don't know if it's how you use it all the time, but when I heard it, it seems to me like that. It seems more fancy when you say cinema instead of movie theater. Je ne sais pas quoi. I heard quite a few times people say that, and usually they say that with a smile, with like a funny way to say it, like a fancy, funny way to say it. So like, oh, that person have a little je ne sais quoi, and with the little American accent, I think it's so cute. So yeah, we use that as well, but not as much as in English, I feel like. I don't know, I don't hear that many people say, oh, that person has a little je ne sais quoi. We say it sometimes in other sense, I guess, with other sentences, with other words, but a lot of people say that in English, like that person has a little je ne sais quoi. With like, usually they do that with their body when they say it, it's really funny. But yeah, so je ne sais quoi means, je it means I, ne is a negation, and then sais it means to know, and quoi is what, so I don't really know what. That person has something, but I don't really know what, basically, if that makes sense. Another one that I heard especially younger people use is soirée. So soirée in French means multiple things. Soirée means party, so you're going to a party, I'm going to a soirée. So je vais aller à une soirée ce soir, I'm going to a party tonight. But it also means the evening. If you ask someone, you know, when are we going to meet tomorrow? Oh, demain dans la soirée means tomorrow sometime in the evening, basically. So it means in the evening, or it means a party. In English, I heard mostly people use it as a party word, so I'm going to a soirée. So more, same again, like kind of a word that is more fancy to say it in French than just saying party in English. Petite. Petite is really funny as well because it doesn't have quite the same meaning, I feel like. In English, I heard in the US, I heard a lot of people use it as saying a girl, someone, mostly usually I heard it on girls, a girl is petite. It means usually she is quite skinny, small, maybe a little fragile. That's the way people usually used it when I heard it in the US. In France, petite, of course, yeah, it does mean small in height. It doesn't really, in English you use it as like she's skinny, but in French we don't use it as a word to say someone is skinny. We just say it like for the height, basically. So if you say someone, here in French, if you say someone is petite, elle est petite, it means just she's small. Or you can even use it to say a child. See, if you ask someone, comment va votre petite? How is your petite doing, basically. It means how is your child doing, basically. So petite means height, age, and can define a child. So yeah, so it's funny because in English it's not used quite the same way. So another one is fiancé. So fiancé means two things in French, but only one in English. For you use it only one way in English. I heard it in English to say the person you are engaged to. So that's my fiancé, or she's my fiancé, is my fiancé. So yeah, of course it means that the person you are engaged to. But also in French it means the actual engagement. So if you say we are fiancé, means we are engaged. So in France, if we say on est fiancé. On est fiancé means we are engaged. I didn't really heard that in English, like you don't usually say that. You will say, oh, we are engaged, she's my fiancé, is my fiancé. So you use it to describe that the person is you're engaged to you, but you don't use the word fiancé for engagement. You use still the word in English, engagement. So that's just funny. So another one that I thought was really funny was to see RSVP on cards, especially for weddings or big invitation like that. RSVP, so it means that please let us know basically if you're coming or not. In French it means répondez s'il vous plaît. It's what it stands for. R is for répondez, S s'il, V, vous, and P, plaît. Répondez s'il vous plaît means answer please, basically. So yeah, so it's really funny because in English RSVP is used quite a lot just in writing. So sometimes, yeah, people will sell it on the phone, yeah, but usually it's written. But it comes from French. It's like a full French sentence, but just the letter of each word. So yeah, just know RSVP is to stand for répondez s'il vous plaît, which is French. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if there are other words that are French that you use in English, because I'm sure there are quite a few more, but that's the ones that I thought about today and I wanted to talk about, but I'm sure there are a lot more. And I hope you enjoy it. I think it's really funny, so yeah, I probably will make another one about the opposite, like I said, of English words we use in French. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!